What is your American dream?
I come from Myanmar. The American dream to me is to be able to start my own business one day.
I am from Texas. My family is from Guatemala. My American dream is pursuing happiness while also having stability.
I'm from Connecticut. My American dream is to fight for justice and to scream for the voiceless.
I'm from the former Soviet Union, which is now known as Russia. The American dream to me, despite being an immigrant, means to give the opportunities and dreams to my children the same way that my family gave to me.
I'm from China. My American dream is to be a fashion designer in New York because I love fashion so much.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
What's this? Oh, this is so cool. What else does she have around here? This is neat. Oh, hi, Destiny. Oh, you're busy?
Never too busy for you, Sam.
Oh, good. I wanted to say hello, see how your day is going.
Hasn't been going too well.
Oh, no. Are you a little stressed out?
I'm a lot stressed out.
Would you like a hug?
I would love a hug right now.
Okay, I love giving hugs.
Thanks, Sam. You're the best.
Oh, so are you.
Thanks.
Just call me Therapy Groundhog.
Oh, you are my therapy groundhog.
Oh, that feels good. A little more behind the
There you
ears.
go.
Oh, nice. Thank you. Can I play with your rubber band ball, please?
Of course you can.
Oh, thank you.
Go ahead.
Oh, hello, everybody. I didn't see you there. Did you guys miss yesterday's episode of Brad's Show Live? Well, if you did miss it, Jay Kodnak came on and discussed the verdict in the Bill Cosby case, and Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias and Belgium Kim had a lot to say about it. Very interesting. Anyway, what's going to happen on today's show? You have to watch and see. Okay, I'm going to leave Destiny alone now so she could get back to work, and I'm going to take her rubber band ball with me because this thing's cool. Enjoy the show!
All right, welcome everybody. A little behind the ears there for Sam. I like the comedy. Welcome everybody. Brad Show Live. Welcome.
That was hilarious.
Belgium Kim.
Hello.
Hey.
Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias coming from. He has a second job here at Brad Show Live.
Yeah.
His first job is newspaper boy.
I'm the newspaper
All
boy
right,
today.
he's the newspaper boy. He's been delivering the newspapers all day.
Yep.
I saw him going up and down the streets.
I was working.
He was working, throwing newspapers
Sweating.
left, throwing newspapers right.
You get a newspaper. You get a newspaper.
I want
You
you
get
to
a
know something. Your
newspaper.
aim is a little off. You had a couple of people where you
I
should
did.
have. All right, your aim is not off.
Some was on purpose.
Some was on purpose.
Yeah.
So where would you buy such a hat, Jonathan?
I don't know.
Where did you get
I've,
that?
I've had this for over like 15 years,
Yeah.
so I don't even remember.
Since you first started your paper route?
Since you
yeah,
started
yeah,
your first paper route.
yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely. So I've had it for a while.
Right. Since I got my first bicycle.
Yeah, look.
All right, Jonathan, our newspaper boy for the day. And welcome everybody on, what am I looking at here? This is, what am I looking at? Barbara Lord.
That's Brad
This is
Show
Brad
Live.
Show Live.
Yep.
Hello, Barbara Lord, Christy Consali, and Carol Anderson, the Tiger says hi, Kim and Yo-Yo.
Well,
Carol.
Oh, hey.
they know.
Carol.
Carol knows
Who are we
who's the
missing there, Carol? Carol. Remember me? I'm the guy who helped you, Carol.
Oh, dang.
How quickly Carol forgets.
I've actually met Carolyn.
Hi, Kim. Hi, Yo-Yo. Hello?
Hey, Carol. What's
How you doing,
up?
Carol? We're so happy to see
All right,
you, Carol.
she will not be getting any.
Oh, no, she will.
I'm very sensitive, Carol. All right, Deion Watson, how are you? Malaya, Yvonne Steele, Tamika Nelson, Tanette Sobless Robinson, Cordella Rillery, share. Thank you very much, Cordella, and Yvonne Steele. And Jeff Bosey says, hello, my fam.
Hey.
Hello, my
Damn.
fam. Reginald Amata, hello. And Veronica Malcolm, she says, hey there. Jonathan Elias says, hey, everyone.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone?
Hey, everyone.
Hey, everyone, you want a free newspaper?
I'm your man.
You're your
Call
man.
me. I'm
That's
your
right.
man.
And,
Read all about
and
it.
even Carol Anderson, the Tiger, even says hello to Sam. What
Wow.
about me? I mean, I'm going on and on and on here. All right, Deion Watson and who else we got here? Rita Drau just came right in with a question right away. And you
I
can
like
do
that.
You can do that. You can ask your questions right on Facebook and we're going to be answering them in about 45 minutes or so. So if you ask your questions on Facebook, on Brad Show Live, or on Law Offices of Spar and Bernstein, we will be answering your immigration questions right around 6:30-ish or so. Around 6 o'clock, we're going to be answering your questions when you call into our telephone number at 1-800-529-5465. You will see... What are you doing?
I was looking at something. At the secondary
I understand that, but you have to understand something, okay? There are cameras and camera angles.
Yeah.
Okay? So when the camera's on me and I'm talking and then all of a sudden your head comes in, your head comes, I go, what the heck's going on here?
I did not realize that was happening.
And by the way, I've become very, very aware, by the way, of camera angles. I was watching Saturday Night Live, which was very funny this past weekend. I don't know if anybody watched Saturday Night Live this past weekend. It was actually one of their better shows. But I've become very aware of camera angles, which I never became aware of before. So when they were doing Weekend Update, if you go back now and look at Weekend Update, and I forgot the guy who came in who was roasting Colin and Pete Davidson. He was roasting the two guys because they are now going to be hosting the Emmy Awards, and the camera came right in on them. I think it was, who's the other guy? It's Colin and
Michael Che.
And Michael Che, right? Michael Che. He came in. Go watch it. His entire shoulder was in the shot, and I'm like, well, it's a live show just like us, and you know, even they on Saturday Night Live, you know, screw up. So Brittany,
it happens.
Brittany.
Yes, Queen.
Obviously, Brittany is also the camera operator on Saturday Night Live as well. I was about to say, Brittany, we forgive you, but now we don't. All right.
And they did it the week before that too, where Colin Jost was looking down and didn't realize that it was on him.
Right.
And so it was literally this, and then Michael Che just like poking.
Him, and then he looked back up. So
like,
listen,
wow.
if they screw it up, okay, we're allowed to screw it up.
That's right.
What's going on here? Where am I looking? Where am I looking? All right. If they screw it up, we're allowed to screw it up as well. By the way, the telephone number right now is 1-800-529-5465. You will see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson coming through your screen any moment now.
Yeah.
With there he is. Dwayne. Now what we did, folks, okay? What we did was we had the animator, you know, was supposed to be Brad carrying the sign.
Yeah.
Okay? But when the animator did it, I was a little insulted because it was like Pudgy guy coming out with a sign, like, and he's like struggling.
Really?
Struggling to hold that. He was like, struggling. So I said, what kind of animation is this? I said, that's what you think? You know, like Pudgy guy struggling with the sign. So I got very insulted at the animator. So then he goes, who do you want to look like? I said, I think I look like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
And you do.
So then he put my head, that's why the whole joke came. So then he put my head on Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's body. And now Dwayne "The Rock" is holding that sign. Right, I mean, he'll smack that sign right across your face if you mess with him. So right now, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's going to be coming through, and you can call and ask all your immigration questions by calling 1-800, there he is, 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-529-5465. Also, I do got to remind everybody that I do fly around the world and share this with everybody. And if you do share this, there will be a special extra bonus for you. Ooh. And that bonus will be, because we see who shares, you will be invited. You will be invited to the block party hosted by Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias. We will be announcing that soon, but you got to share. You don't share, you're not part of the Brad Squad. I don't care how many comments you make. This is the new rule.
I like that.
Right? You want to come to the block party? You got to bring 3 friends with you who you shared with.
Who's barbecuing?
The newspaper boy.
I'm hosting and barbecuing?
You are hosting and barbecuing. That is correct.
And again, giving us our daily news.
So please share this with your friends and family. And also, in all honesty, if you share it with your friends and family, in all seriousness, we're going to be able to get as big as we can get and help as many people as we can help. And that's really what we're interested in. We really want to help as many people as we can. So please share this link. Please share this with your friends and family. And we will be more than happy to answer their immigration questions as well. Just so for the record, Before we get to answering questions, my little piece fell again. Seem to have problems with these.
Do you not have enough slack?
I don't have enough slack on my little piece.
On your little piece.
It's a standard issue.
It's not a standard issue. Every man has a different little piece. My little piece falls
out frequently.
Falls off. And then I got to screw it. Then I got to screw it back on. So
that is some major issues.
Some major issues. I would have Patrice come and screw it back on, but
why don't you bring
but
it
in this climate,
I don't know how that would work out. So I can't hear anything in my ear right now, but we'll get back to that in a minute.
Jill is like screaming
She's
for the
screaming
love of
for the love of God. Stop this. This thing has come right off the. Meanwhile, talking about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and screwing.
Yes.
Did you see that DJ Khaled came out?
Yeah.
You saw that?
DJ
Khaled.
Look at him.
DJ Khaled, excuse me. There he is, right there.
DJ Khaled.
Okay.
Yeah.
He does not like oral sex. He says it is not for a man to do. He was on, a clip came, it's now gone viral.
Yeah.
Okay?
He does like oral sex. He just
does not like
doesn't like to give it.
No, he doesn't like it. If you don't like to give it, then you don't like it.
No.
Oh, he likes to receive it.
Yeah. So he wants his wife to give it to him.
But he doesn't.
But he doesn't want to do it.
He writes. Well, he doesn't write. He actually said this orally.
Yeah, orally.
Orally, he said this.
Yeah.
A woman should praise the man, the king. If you holding it down for your woman, I feel like the woman should praise and a man should praise the queen. But you know my way of praising is called, haha, how was dinner? You like the house you live in it. You like all them clothes you get it. I'm taking care of your family and I'm taking care of my family. You know, I'm putting in the work. So he doesn't need to work anymore.
But he's not putting in the work.
He doesn't need, he likes to eat. He just doesn't like to eat certain things.
Yes.
Apparently he has a good appetite.
He does.
Right? He apparently has a good appetite. So the only reason we're mentioning this is because Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, other than that, we really would not be involved in DJ Khaled's sexual
preferences.
Predilections. Predilections.
Good word
right.
there, Brad.
Very good word. I don't even know where I came up with that one. So the only reason we actually say this is because Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was a little perturbed. Our boy here who comes out.
Our partner
in crime.
Who doesn't know that we talk about him every day.
He
We are
doesn't know he's our partner.
We are huge Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson fans here, apparently. You know, as big as David Hasselhoff is in our firm.
As much as David Hasselhoff.
As big as David Hasselhoff is. And
man.
we're big fans of his.
Well, especially Jill.
Jill is. She got us into David Hasselhoff.
Obsessed with David Hasselhoff.
Didn't know that, Jilly.
You didn't know that?
No.
No, when she first came, we were making fun of her for a little bit.
Oh, really?
Because she would play, you know, during lunch, she would, you know, eat at her desk. And she would play old videos of Knight Rider. She just, it's crazy. I'm like, why are you watching Knight Rider? And she's like, I love David Hasselhoff. So I can't make this stuff
She's got
up.
a piece of the scarf that he wore
I
for
can't
the
make this
Berlin
stuff
Wall.
up. So anyway, we're totally off subject here.
Right.
We're totally off subject. And so Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, gave his 2 comments, his 2 cents on the DJ Khaled. So The Rock responded with a tweet on Sunday. He said, "As a man, I take great pride in mastering all performances. This is probably a little TMI. I will now quietly excuse myself from this fun thread."
Uh-oh.
So Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, our hero.
Yes.
He
came in with it.
He came in with it, but he came in with it full force.
Yeah.
That man is bae.
Yes, he does. He apparently likes to give and receive oral sex.
Because he's a gentleman, Brad. Because he's a gentleman.
He's a gentleman.
He's a gentleman and a scholar.
That's what a
though.
gentleman
Is that what a gentleman does?
I guess that's what a gentleman does.
Yeah, but you don't have to be a scholar to do it. But you certainly have to be a gentleman.
Depends who you talk to.
And this show has gone completely off the rails. I just mentioned that because Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's our pal here.
He's our hero.
Yeah, wait until David Hasselhoff starts tweeting.
Oh, it's
my God, Jill's gonna fall out. Oh my God.
All right. By the way, we do take immigration questions here. The telephone number is 1-800-529-5465. Sharon and Miss Smith from North Miami, Florida, are already on hold. Sharon is from the Bronx, and Miss Smith is from North Miami, Florida. We will be taking your immigration questions in about 8 or 9 minutes from now. And also, please leave your questions. Please leave your questions in the comment area. We will be having many comments of the day, I believe, right?
Yeah.
We will be having.
These
man,
comments
there
are
many good ones.
They're not fans of DJ Khaled.
Why don't you share some comments by the Brad Squad?
Let's see.
Is there any funny ones?
Tamika Nelson said, with Khaled size, him better eat, cause only belly me see.
yeah. When you have a big belly like that, it's hard.
Yeah.
I would think.
Exactly.
I would think it's very hard. And I don't use the word hard incorrectly.
I don't think it is, Brad. I don't think it is.
I don't mean to use the word hard incorrectly, but I would say it would be very hard to be able to logistically do it because your stomach's in the way, right?
Right.
But from what he says he puts it down.
He puts it down.
I'm sure he does say that. Well, I want to hear from his wife. Where is Mrs. Khaled in all of this?
His wife is a millionaire because of him.
Right.
So.
Well, the wife shouldn't really care. According to DJ Khaled, he says, you like you living in my house. You like all the clothes you get in. I'm taking care of your family. I'm the one putting in the work.
You also birthed my son. Like put in that work 9 months. Come on now.
Right, and she has to sleep with DJ Khaled.
That's a job in itself.
So DJ Khaled tried to explain himself away after all of this. By the way, I'm just reading here. It says it's different rules for men's. He attempted to explain. You got to understand, we the king.
Oh my God.
There's some things that you might not want to do, but it's got to get done. I just can't do what you want me to do. I just can't.
That sounds like you're quoting a Meatloaf song. I will do anything for love, but I will not do that, baby. I will not.
Wow, I'm going to tell you something.
Maybe that's what Meatloaf is talking about.
This is not going to be Brad After Dark, by the way.
It's midnight Brad at this point.
It's midnight with Brad and But I will say that in order to enjoy sex and enjoy the love making, you got to be able to give and receive. You can't be. Other than that, you're a selfish person.
Other
than that, you're a very selfish person.
Absolutely.
Exactly. It's the fact that he's looking at it as a power dynamic that kind of blows my mind. It's like it's not a power dynamic.
I mean, but then
it's equal mutual
and then
pleasure.
you also see his his culture and his religion where he's from. So that's kind of how they get down out there.
They don't get down out there. Basically.
Well,
it's all about them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Brad, I think you're going to get some dates out of today's
I'm getting
show.
dates tonight. They're like, Brad enjoyed it both ways.
Between Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Brad, I don't know which one I want.
I think most people want Brad on Dwayne The Rock Johnson's body.
Listen, perfect man right there.
Meanwhile, there were some other Twitter reactions to all of this. Smash Mouth, the band, Smash Mouth. There's a band.
Saying All-Star.
Smash Mouth.
Hey now, you're an All-Star.
Oh, okay, I know that song.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So the band writes, the band.
Right, like the official
The
Twitter.
official band, Twitter band, says a king who doesn't is no king at all.
Ooh.
Wow.
God, yes.
Smash Mouth got a lot of DMs that night too.
Yeah, they did.
Patty Moe. She writes, DJ Khaled clarifies that he has other more talented guys go down on his wife while he stands around and yells stuff like, DJ Khaled and we the best. There's other guy going down on his wife and he's yelling, we the best.
We the best.
It's horrible. Horrible.
Oh my God.
Ravenous O says, no wonder DJ Khaled's wife is always in a bad mood.
Right.
I'm in a bad mood
that makes sense.
Seinfeld 2000.
Oh, yeah,
I don't believe
day
this is the real Seinfeld, but somebody who's maybe posing as Seinfeld.
They do.
Current
If
day.
Seinfeld were in modern day episodes.
Okay, so Seinfeld 2000. Jerry, how are things with you and DJ Khaled? Elaine, he doesn't really do anything. And finally, Fred Delicious, and we're going to get to immigration in a few minutes, and Fred Delicious finally writes, I'm not surprised there's something DJ Khaled won't eat. So, there you have it.
Oh my God.
All right. So this is all funny news today, I guess we have. Did you see Tom Brady? You know about the Met Gala?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was huge.
So it's huge. It's a big famous thing.
Yeah. It's like a rich people's Halloween.
Yeah, I wasn't. I was not invited, unfortunately. I didn't.
I'm
make
surprised.
It. I was surprised too. I called Anna Wintour up. She didn't take my call.
Oh, okay.
Only you.
I was gonna say.
I said, yeah, I'm friends with Jonathan Yo-Yo Elliott.
And that didn't work?
No, she goes, the paper boy? I said, yes. Not looking.
But she knows her name. That's pretty impressive.
That's all that matters.
So the Met Gala is where all like the famous people go. I think Kanye was there, right? And a lot of famous people go, and it's for a good cause, which is the Metropolitan Museum of Art, I believe.
Right, yes.
It's the big gala. They raise millions and millions and millions of dollars, and you have to be like A-lister, famous person to go.
And there's a theme every year.
So it was a theme. So Tom Brady, look at what he wore to the Met Gala with Giselle. Now, anyone who doesn't know Tom Brady, he's the quarterback for the New England Patriots that have been to the Super Bowl 6 or 7 times. He's won 4 Super Bowls, one of the greatest quarterbacks in history. He's married to Giselle Bundchen, who is one of the most famous models from Brazil.
Gorgeous.
He's booked, by the way. They're booked to be on our show tomorrow.
Perfect.
No, they're not. I'm only
I
kidding.
was like, what?
We're to Tom and Giselle.
Yes. So nobody seems to know what he was wearing. Do we have a picture of what he was wearing? Do we have a picture of what he was wearing? There he is. So ditching his tried and true jacket and bow tie for a black turtleneck and embroidered lapel, the Patriots quarterback received high marks from E's Fashion Police, but not so many high marks from Twitter.
Really?
Yes. So Twitter wrote, Marty Thompson, Tom Brady just has to have the tough conversations with Giselle and say, look it, I'll pick my own damn suit to wear just once, okay? And Jay Shell said, no, Tom Brady, no. Give Michael Jackson back his suit.
I can't.
That's so true.
Holly Anderson writes, do not give Cobra Kai. I did not know that Cobra Kai had an online MBA program. Respect.
Wow.
He was wearing a Kung Fu outfit.
You know what's crazy though?
And then Greenbrier, this is funny too, writes, is Tom Brady in the new Zoolander movie?
I can't. I can't. You know what's crazy?
What?
Like, it's not that bad, like because of the theme, and this is the thing.
I don't know. I thought it was pretty bad.
This is the thing, though. You thought it was bad because it's Tom Brady. People aren't used to seeing him in that. So, like, if you had Kanye or somebody who's very artistic in something like that, and it actually goes, with the theme, that it was like Heavenly Bodies, like Catholic type of theme, then it wouldn't have really, made, like, it wouldn't have made headlines
so
like
you
that.
like it?
I mean,
this is coming from a guy who wears a hat.
Absolutely.
Look at his hat. I don't know how much we could...
Fashion Police even said it was good.
I have to be honest. I don't think it's it doesn't look great, but he does a little bit look like a magician.
I did not like it.
I think it's because of him.
I think he looked like he was going to be in the Karate Kid Part 4 as, Cobra Kai bad guy.
He just always looks so stiff to me. Like, he just looks so unhappy. You have the world's most beautiful woman on your shoulder wearing something kind of weird.
You want to know why he's unhappy? Because his wife is dressing him. That's why he's unhappy. All right, finally, before we get to our immigration questions, I do want to go to this place one day. I'm going to ask Jonathan to forego his salary for the week.
Perfect.
All right, chip in a little bit.
Yeah.
For us. There is on the in Chelsea, right here in New York. I'm dying to go. I want to go.
Right, yeah.
But we all got to chip in because I'm not going to pay for this all myself.
Okay.
So in Chelsea, there is now a new restaurant that you can get 24-karat gold chicken wings. So so they fry the chicken wing.
Yes.
Instead of frying it in Crisco oil like you would like a normal chicken wing, they're frying it in hot gold.
They don't fry it in gold.
They fry it in the gold. It's like gold liquid, and they dip it in the hot gold.
Is that really how they do that?
Yes, that's how they do it. Now, thanks to Kim Kardashian's best friend, Jonathan Chabad.
No, Jonathan. His name is Jonathan.
Jonathan Yo-Yo Chabad.
No, his name is definitely Jonathan.
No, his name is definitely Jonathan Yo-Yo Chabad.
It's Jonathan.
Jonathan Chabad. You can now try the $1,000 6 chicken wings at Ainsworth in New York.
Yes.
The wings are available in 3 tiers.
But you also get a bottle of champagne with it.
Yeah,
right?
you get. You know what? You know what the champagne's going to taste like. You know what
it's
the
supposed to
champagne's
be
going
like
to taste
real
like.
good champagne.
They're going to give you a bottle of Corbel. You know they're going to give you a bottle of Corbel.
I'm going to tell you something. Can you think of a better way to waste $1,000 than
no,
you
absolutely
called?
not.
I can't think of a bigger waste. You might as well why don't you just burn the $1,000?
Right.
Yeah. No.
Right? Why don't you just take it and burn it?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I mean, would you ever eat $1,000 gold chicken wings?
No.
If they were given to me.
If they were given to you for free.
Right. If they were
given to me, yeah.
Would you pay $1,000?
No.
Who do you think out of Brad's squad, before we get to immigration, if you had to pick 2 people in Brad's squad that would be ridiculous enough to pay $1,000 for gold chicken wings?
You, if you had enough drink in you.
Me, it would be Brad.
That's true. And Jeff Bosie would do it for the joke.
Jeff Bosie would do it for the joke.
He would pony up the $1,000 for the joke.
But then he would crawl out before the bill came.
Exactly.
And then he'd be there drunk paying it, right?
Well, that's really all of our master plan.
Yes. Basically. So yeah, I'll pitch in.
All right. So anyway, this is a show about immigration, about helping people. Right now, give us a call, 1-800-529-5465. I'm going to be answering your immigration questions for the next 30 minutes or so. 1-800-529-5465. In all honesty, if you call us right now, I will be answering your immigration questions. If you want to leave your questions on Facebook, whether it's on Bradshaw Live or on Law Offices of Spar and Bernstein, Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias and Belgium Kim will be talking with you while I'm answering your questions from the telephone, and then they're going to ask your questions at about 6:30 of me. So please leave your questions in our comment section. I promise you we're going to answer them. Or give us a call right now, 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Now, Sharon from the Bronx, this poor lady's been waiting 28 minutes for this question. Sharon, how are you?
Hi, good afternoon.
What's going on?
Okay, I want to ask a question. My daughter filed for my son. But she was living in New York, in Brooklyn, but she moved to New Jersey. Is it a problem with the address?
Okay. Who filed for your son?
My daughter.
Your daughter filed for your son?
Yes.
So, I don't understand. So, she filed a brother-sister application?
Yes.
So, it takes like 12 years.
I know. They give her an email yesterday, but the address is still in Brooklyn, but now she lives in New Jersey.
Oh, just change the address online, but it's going to take a long time. But yeah, just change the address online. It's fine. And if you don't know how to change the address on the application, you just literally write them and say, I moved, and here's my case number. Please update the address.
Okay, thank you. No problem, right?
It's not going to be a problem, no. Not a problem.
Okay, thank you so much.
Welcome. All right. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Miss Smith in North Miami, Florida. Miss Smith.
Hi.
How are you?
Can you hear me?
I hear you
Fine,
loud and clear.
thank you.
How you doing?
Okay. I'm hanging in. I filled out an affidavit of support. Okay. I was looking for 2 young children, and then it was put through for 3 people. Okay. There's I didn't know the 3rd person was going to be involved because she was old enough to say yes or no, so I didn't think that she was going to be involved. To make a long story short, I am not able to offer the support. I've been unemployed since October of August 24th of 2017, and I haven't been able to get a hold of the people. I don't know who's here, who's not here. I believe 1 child is here, maybe even 2 actually, and they basically just use me to get the task done, but their father is going to support them. So
okay. All right. So let me
reverse it.
Okay. All right. I hear you're very anxious about all of this, and you haven't worked, and you don't want to be responsible for anything. Okay. When you fill out,
also elderly. So
okay. When you fill out an affidavit of support and you sign it, it is a contract between you. Let me explain to you what you did. Okay, and I think when I'm done, I hope when I'm done, I've alleviated some of your fears. Okay, when you fill out an affidavit of support and you sign it, there is no takebacks. But let me hear the end. Okay, there's no takebacks. Once you do it, you are on the hook for 10 years. Now, there is no obligation on your part to support them in any way, shape, or form because you signed the affidavit of support. You are not obligated to support them, okay? Your obligation is that if they go on government assistance and the government pays them money for food stamps, for Medicaid, or any other need-based government assistance, the government, because the contract's between you and the government can turn around and sue you for not supporting them. That is the only time that that affidavit of support would become enforceable against you. Okay? The people, the kids that you sign, they can't just wave it in front of you. You have to give me money. Nah, 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 nah. That's not what the affidavit of support is for. The affidavit of support is for that if the government gives them assistance, they can turn around and sue you. I will tell you that as my own knowledge, and I have helped hundreds of thousands of people in my career, literally, I have never, ever seen the U.S. government sue somebody in court to get back money that they paid for somebody else. I don't believe you will be the first. I think you are going to be okay. You understand?
Yeah.
So don't worry. Okay?
Yeah.
Just, I know that's out there. You can't take it back. But the odds that it's going to come back and bite you in the tuchus is like astronomically small. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right? Feel good. All right? Live
you.
your life. Don't worry about where they went to.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay, but
Bye.
unfortunately, there's no givebacks on affidavits of support. 1-800-529-5465. Dwayne, calling from one of my favorite places in the world. Love this place, Bridgehampton, New York. Dwayne.
Yeah, what are you doing, bro?
Oh, it's Binghamton, New York. My second favorite place in the world, right after Bridgehampton, New York. Binghamton. It's beautiful out there in Binghamton. All right, Dwayne, what's going on?
How are you doing? And this is like my third time on your show. So,
okay, wonderful. All right, third time. We have some applause, please, for Dwayne, who is now becoming a co-star on the Brad Show Live. Okay? He's going to call it every week, and every time he has a question on immigration, he's going to. I'm going to do all his work for free just by him calling in, just because he keeps calling and asking questions. Dwayne, what's up?
Yes. If I'm on an extension and I'm waiting to get like my 10-year, like I'm getting a removal of condition.
Right.
And I get approved for the 1 year.
Right.
1 year. And is it possible for me to go to Jamaica and come back?
Yeah, as long as you have the extension, you have that letter that says you're.
Yeah, I have that letter.
Right.
Yeah.
You have the letter, and the letter says employment and travel authorized for an additional year. You travel with your expired green card, that letter, and your passport. Enjoy your trip.
Okay. Because I don't. You remember the last time I called you with quiz? You remember?
I don't remember. You know how many people calls me? But but it's okay. I don't remember. Your mom passed away, so my condolences.
Yeah.
So
you say I'm free. I'm free to go.
You are
Everything
free
is
to
okay.
go. You are free to go.
All right, man. Continue to keep up the good work. All right.
Dwayne, I'm looking forward to hearing you on the fourth time on your trip back.
All right.
All right. Please keep in touch, Dwayne.
All right.
Thank you. Be well. All right. 1-800-529-5465. Tamika Nelson, right? Bite you in the tuchus.
In the tuchus.
In the tuchus. You know, tuchus is Yiddish.
Is it?
For ass.
I knew what it meant.
David Gabriel literally just said, that's a Jewish word,
That
Brad.
is a Jewish word.
The tuchus.
The tuchus. I didn't know. It was
Yes.
I knew what it meant, but I didn't know where it came from.
Yeah. When I was a little kid, my grandmother, may she rest in peace, she's dead. She used to, like pinch me on the tuchus and go, oh, what a tuchus.
Now it's other women that do it too.
Yeah, now it's other women, right. But they use the proper English word now.
Yeah, I guess that would be kind of weird if your date said, oh, what a tuchus.
Yeah, what a tuchus. I'm like, really?
Now they go, look at it.
Yeah. My date says that. gonna be like, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about grandma now. I'm just totally not in the mood. That just totally freaked me out.
Oh God.
There's a DJ Khaled joke in there.
Yeah, it's probably. All right, Jay in Orlando, Florida. Jay.
Good evening.
How are you?
Yes, I'm very good. And how are you guys?
Good. We're having fun and trying to help as many people as we can.
Well, that's all you could do, right?
That's right.
I'm calling. I put in my adjustment of status on it approved March 22. They sent me a fingerprint to do April 24th.
Wait, so it wasn't approved, it was received, you mean?
Yes. And they sent for me to do my fingerprint April the 24th.
Mm-hmm.
And I checked it last night, and they're saying they're looking for an interview, so I should get a letter in the mail.
Right.
So I did not even get the work permit.
But you didn't get the interview yet.
No, I just checked it last night now, and it said they're gonna send a letter to me, so we should look out in the mail.
Okay, so you're gonna get your work permit. You filed when?
March. And they approve.
You're not gonna get an interview tomorrow, so don't worry about it. You're gonna get your work permit probably March, April, May, probably by the end of June. Your interview is not gonna happen until the fall.
Okay, just because it said so, maybe not now, right?
Yeah, it's not gonna happen now. It's about 6 to 9 months. But your work permit should come in the next probably 3 to 4 weeks.
All right, well, thank you very much.
All right. 1-800-529-5465, 1-800. What is Cordella saying? Everyone's laughing at Cordella.
The ow, my tuchus.
Ow, my tuchus. 1-800-529. It's still on the tuchuses over there.
Still on the tuchuses.
You know, it's amazing. You mention a tuchus, it makes people laugh forever.
It's a good word.
It's a good word. It's a good word, yeah. All right, 1-800-529-5465. David in Kissimmee, Florida. That is
right on the tuchus.
Right on the tuchus, yeah. All right, David, what's up?
Hey, how are you doing?
Good. What's going on?
I have a friend. She filed the I-130 and the I-485, but she used the wrong form, the outdated form, the I-485, so they reject the form or application.
Right.
So, if she should do all the papers back over.
Did they return everything to her?
Yes.
Then just redo the I-485. If all the other forms are the most updated forms, she doesn't have to redo them again.
Okay.
Okay? Just make sure you're filing it with all updated forms. So just rip up the old I-45, do it with the new form, and make sure all the other forms are up to date.
It seems like they run all the papers through a system, so there are some numbers at the bottom.
That's fine. That's fine. Send it back.
Okay. All right.
No problem.
Thanks.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. 1-800-529-5465. Marianne in Las Vegas, Nevada. Marianne. Hi, Marianne. How you doing?
Good. I have a question. I want to get my brother from the Philippines.
Right.
I tried to get a lawyer here, and they told me that it will be so difficult for me to do it this time. Because I want to get him here to be to work for us as a driver of my husband, because my husband has a medical problem. And that's what I want to do.
Okay, so this is the deal. This is the deal. You can sponsor him as a brother-sister, but from the Philippines, okay, you know the wait for a brother-sister from the Philippines is pretty long. It's right now, what is it? It's 23-year wait. Okay, so you're not going to wait 23 years for your brother to get here so he can take care of your husband, because your husband's, going to have big problems waiting for those 23 years. Now, to sponsor him in a job, you can do that, except you can't sponsor family in a job. And the reason you can't sponsor family in a job is because you have to prove that you're opening the job to an American worker. And what the rules and regulations at the Labor Department say is that they don't believe that if you're sponsoring a close family member, that you're actually opening up the job to an American worker. There's no way that you would hire an American worker over a close family member. So for you to sponsor your brother, that's not going to work out. What he's going to need to do, and maybe you can help him out, is find a job that can sponsor him and then get him over here on a job sponsorship that has no relationship to you.
Okay.
Okay? But
Right.
you can't do it though.
Even though he owned several businesses and stuff like that, I can hire him to work for us as a personal driver?
No, you can't, because you can't sponsor a close family member.
Okay.
All right? But what you should do is stay on hold, and let's figure out what other options you have, okay? You should have a consultation. Hold on. All right, 1-800-529-5465. We have a whole bunch of empty lines right now, and we're going to be answering immigration questions for about the next 15 minutes or so by you calling 1-800-529-5465. So please give us a call, because if you do call, I promise you I will speak to you. 1-800-529-5465. Fabian in Lauderhill, Florida. Fabian.
Hello, good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm good. I have a couple questions.
Yeah, sure.
What happened if you was arrested for at your job, but they reduced it to a misdemeanor? Can I still file for my citizenship?
You were arrested. What happened to your job?
This I was just getting too much stuff on my job, like coupons and stuff. So they thought it was like I was stealing, but I wasn't stealing.
Okay, so you were okay. So this was a theft offense. When did this happen?
Yeah. In January.
This past year?
Yes.
Okay, how long have you had your green card?
Since 11 years.
And is this your first arrest ever in your lifetime?
Yes, sir.
It's a misdemeanor?
Yeah, they gave me a misdemeanor.
They gave it to you, or you pled guilty to a misdemeanor?
Pled guilty.
You pled guilty. Did you go to jail?
For 1 day.
Okay, where did this happen? What state?
Florida.
Okay. It sounds like to me, not knowing exactly the exact section of law you pled guilty to, but it sounds like to me that it's a petty offense. Now, you're allowed to have one petty offense and still be able to become a citizen and not be deported. You do got to prove good moral character. So if this, it depends on the facts of your case, whether or not you're going to be able to prove good moral character or not. So it sounds like you are not a deportable alien, but whether or not you can prove good moral character, having maybe gone through, whether it was it, it depends on the actual facts of the case. So if like the facts were presented to somebody and they said, you know what, over the course of several months, you were consistently, I'm not saying you did it, I'm just saying, I'm making a hypothetical, you were consistently taking coupons from your business and using it to get discounts or whatever it is, that this was like a whole scheme for several months of this happening, that would probably indicate to the immigration officer that maybe you don't have good moral character. If, on the other hand, this was a situation where there was a coupon, it ended up in your wallet by one-time event, you're allowed to have a mistake. You don't have to be perfect every day. So it depends on really the facts of your case whether or not you would be eligible for citizenship. So what I would suggest you do is hold on, let's take a look at everything and let's make a determination, okay?
Okay.
Okay, hold on. All right, 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Deanna in Los Angeles, California. Deanna.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. What are the requirements of applying for permanent residence in the United States?
That's your question?
Yes.
Wow. When I used to do this show before we got into this fancy studio, I'd actually do it in a library, and we would literally take out our phones and do it by our phone. And then somebody would ask, hey, how do I get a green card? What are the requirements for getting a green card? And I would literally turn around and say, you see all these books behind me? These are like volumes and volumes and volumes and volumes of books on procedure and what to do. There is no way in the world anyone, because it's such an open-ended question, I can't answer that. Now, do you have a specific question about you or somebody you're calling about? And then maybe I can help you better.
No, about me.
This is you. Okay. So you want to know, how do I get a green card?
Yeah.
Okay. Where you from?
I'm from Fiji.
You're from Fiji. Okay. And how long you been in the United States?
I'm only here for a holiday, and I'll be going back home soon in a week or 2 weeks.
All right. So these are the ways you can get a green card. You can do it through employment. You can do it through family. You can do it through asylum. You can do it through investments. You can. There is a multitude of ways of getting a green card. So the only way that I would be able to help you, because I could literally have a consultation with you and spend 30 minutes with you going through this, and I don't think all the other people would appreciate me spending 30 minutes with you. So you're going to need to have a consultation, and then we can figure it out, and I'll be more than happy to.
Okay.
Okay, so hold on 1 second. Hold on, and we'll help you. All right, 1-800-529-5465. We have 12 open lines right now and nobody with an immigration question. So what I am going to do, because I will not be taking your questions on Facebook for another 8 minutes, I will sit here and just keep repeating the telephone number. Just repeat it. I'm just going to keep saying it. It's going to become very boring until somebody calls with an immigration question. So the telephone number to call right now, it seems to be, even though we have a lot of people watching, we have a lot of shy people. We have a lot of shy people today. So call right now, 1-800-529-5465. We have it's 6:22. We're not going to get to our Facebook questions until 6:30. We are trying to be as exact as possible. We have blocks of time. So let's go, people. Let's go, people.
Hey, by the way, Carol says what's up.
Yeah.
She's like,
Carol Anderson,
very adamant.
Tiger.
She's like, hey, tell Brad I said hi.
And I said hi in the beginning. He was the first person I said hi to. Brad gets his own hi, and then I say hi to Belgium, Kim, and Yo-Yo.
Hi, Carol. How are you?
Now get someone to call.
1-800-529-5465. Call now. We will be answering your immigration questions for about another 7 minutes. I promise you, we don't have anybody on hold other than Michelle from Brooklyn, who I'm going to get to in about a minute. So if you do call, we will get your immigration questions. 1-800-529-5465. I think also a lot of people think there's so many people on hold that they're not going to get their immigration questions through, and that's not the case.
Not true.
So Michelle in Brooklyn, how are you?
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
Good. I'm just wondering, I have my approval notice. My approval was approved from March 29, 2016, and I haven't received a green card yet. So I'm wondering if there's something that I should worry about.
What was the approval notice that you got? What was approved?
The marriage between me and my husband.
So it said your I-45 adjustment of status was approved.
No, it's on the thing here. It said I-130 petition for alien relatives.
That was approved. Okay, but you never got anything that says your I-45 was approved.
No, I haven't.
So that doesn't necessarily mean you're getting a green card. So in I-130, what the I-130 approval is that they approve that you are in a bona fide marriage with your spouse. That they have approved, okay? What they haven't approved is, are you an eligible person now that's the I-45? Are you an eligible person now that you have an approved I-130? Are you an eligible person to get a green card? Do you have any criminal records? Did you ever lie to the government? How did you come to the United States? Are you a desirable person to live in America? Those are all things about the I-485. So you have not gotten approval on that yet. And I'm sure you are a desirable person. You don't have a criminal record or anything else. So I'm sure you will get that, but it hasn't come yet.
Okay, but also, I'm still able to travel with a stamp in my passport.
What stamp in the passport do you have?
I have a stamp that I could travel and work with.
What is the stamp? The advance parole?
No, it doesn't say advance parole.
What does it say?
A regular.
I don't know what the stamp says.
Oh, I don't have it in front of me.
I don't know. Do you have an I-551 stamp? Then you're approved for your green card. Then your adjustment was approved. I don't know You know what? I don't want to tell you to travel because I don't know what stamp you're talking about. You live in Brooklyn. You don't have it in front of you. You live in Brooklyn. Have a consultation with me.
All right.
All right, before I tell you to travel and then she has a problem. Hold on.
Okay.
All right. 1-800-529-5465. And just like that, the phone lines heat up It's like the Big Island of Hawaii here. This thing's on fire. Oh, no. Kim in Montana, Maryland. Montana, Maryland.
Hey, Brad.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Are you in Montana or are you in Maryland?
I'm in Maryland, Mackinac Island.
Mackinac Island.
Mackinac.
Mackinac Island. Oh, Mackinac.
Yeah.
Mackinac Island's in Michigan.
But I believe it's spelled Mackinac.
It is. It's bounced Mackinac. Thank you very much for Miss Geography. Okay. All right, Kim. What can we do to help you today?
Yeah, I have a friend. Okay,
Yes.
he has like back taxes, old back taxes. Would he have to clear up those taxes before he can get married to his girlfriend for her
What
green
back
card?
taxes does he owe?
I think he said he owed like $15,000.
The answer is everything's taken into consideration, but as long as his tax returns are filed, he should be okay. Now, we have a young lady here by the name of Carmela Waldron. If you owe $15,000 in taxes, the reason why you probably owe it is you don't have it to pay. So generally, as long as you don't have it to pay, there are programs in place with the IRS, but you don't know about it because they won't ever tell you about it, that says that if you can prove you can't afford to pay it, they'll wipe your tax debt free. Ooh. So what I would suggest you tell your friend is two things. One, go get married. Two, let us wipe his tax debt away, and then he should have no problems. So hold on. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
One more.
Yeah.
The office you have in Hartford, can he go there?
Yes. But for taxes, it would be in New York, so he would have a phone consultation with us first.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
All right.
Because the office in Hartford is just immigration. All the non-immigration's here in New York, plus immigration in New York. All right? So hold on 1 second, all right? All right, let's go to...
I didn't know that.
What didn't you know?
About the tax.
You never met Carmela?
I did, but I didn't.
You don't know what Carmela does?
No, I do, but what you just told her about the tax debt, like they can wipe it if you prove that with the programs that they have that nobody ever talks about.
What do the newsboys yell out? Get your news here.
Yeah,
extra, extra.
Extra, extra.
Extra. Read all about it.
Yeah, can you yell that out? See, how do you do it?
You gotta do it now.
How do you do it?
By listening
extra, extra, read all about it. Carmela Waldron, get your taxes wiped away. Who knew?
Hey, throw in the extra salary, I'll do it for
you. Jonathan's like, listen, Brad, this is going way too far.
It's not really my profession,
I ain't yelling extra, extra. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. You wear a hat like that on our show, you got to expect it, right?
Listen, and I'll wear it again. They said I was dapper. They said I was dapper
you are
today.
Dapper.
That's fine.
All right, Trisha in Brooklyn. Trisha.
Hello. I want to ask a question. My question is, I went to a second interview to know the conditions of my green card.
Right.
And I get the letter, the congratulation letter already.
Great.
But it's like a month ago. How long would I wait to get the card?
Should be about 8 weeks.
A week from, yeah.
8 weeks from 8 weeks from the time, so another month you should have it.
Okay.
All right. If not, give me a call back.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Let's go to Tracy in Charleston, North Carolina. Tracy.
Hi, Brad. How are you? I just have a question for you. I'm fine, thank you. If your husband already filed an I-130 petition on behalf of you, he's a U.S. citizen, and you're currently in the United States on an H-2B visa, and you're pregnant, how do you go about that if you want to adjust your status?
Your husband is not a U.S. citizen yet.
Yes, he is a U.S. citizen.
And you came on an H-2B visa.
Right.
And what are the other issues you said to me? Because you were breaking up, so I didn't hear it.
Okay. So I'm currently in the United States working on an H-2B visa.
And you're married to a U.S. citizen. Okay.
Yes.
How long? When was your last entry into the United States? When did you come?
January 9, 2018.
Okay, so you can file an adjustment application. Do it right now.
So what are the papers that you file?
An I-485. An I-130.
Yeah.
An I-864 affidavit of support. The I-130A.
Okay.
The I-765 for your work permit. The I-131 advance parole. And you're gonna pay $1,760.
So even though you filed I-130 already?
You still?
Oh, you filed. So you filed the I-130. My apologies. I didn't get that part. Okay. And did you get the I-130 approved?
No, it's not approved.
Okay, so then
the priority date for that would be December 1st, 2017.
So then you're going to file all those forms except the I-130 and the I-130A because you've already done it with $1,225 just for the adjustment with the receipt notice for the I-130.
And how long after you will hear something? I don't know.
You'll get a fingerprint in 6 weeks and your work permit in 4 months.
Okay.
All right?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good evening.
Okay. 1-800-529-5465. Sharika in Brooklyn, New York. Sharika.
Hi, how are you doing?
How are you?
My question to you is, how soon after a divorce from Jamaica is it advisable to get married in the U.S. to change your status?
If it's a real marriage, the next day. Why not?
Okay.
All right, there's no time frame. As long as you can prove the marriage that you're entering into is real, whether you get married a year after you're divorced or a day after you're divorced, it's either real or not real.
Okay.
So in other words, don't overthink it. You're in love, go get married. All right?
All right.
All right, thank
you.
All right. Let's go to Andreen in Margate, Florida.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm pretty good. So I have maybe 2 questions.
Yeah.
So the first one is that my husband, he actually lost his job, and he owes back child support. I don't know, how can we go about doing this whole immigration thing?
Well, the first thing he should do if he owes back child support, okay, is you don't want to be a fool about this. The family court judge or the divorce judge, whoever it is, who ordered the child support payments, that judge has no idea that your husband lost his job. So those payments are still going every week and every month. You got to make your child support payments, and nobody in the court system knows he lost his job. So he needs to go, first of all, you got to stop the bleeding, okay? And the bleeding is you're paying all this child support. These payments are starting to pile up, and you have no money to pay it. So you got to go to the judge and say, hey, I lost my job. Can you lower the child support payments until I get back on my feet and prove you lost the job? And hopefully the judge will do it, because you can't go back and amend old child support. That's going to keep piling up, but you want to stop the bleeding. Then number 2, if he's not working, you're going to need to get an affidavit of support from a second person. And certainly you can file. But now when you file and he owes back child support, your income, because you're married, your income's going to be, taken into account for back child support.
All right. But the thing is that he is going to the court, letting them know that he can't afford it.
Okay, good.
But they're still sending the letter saying that he owes.
Because you can't go back and change old child support. So in other words, if you owe the $10,000, you owe the $10,000. It's not being wiped away because you lost your job. But moving forward, they should lower the child support payments.
They should.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, one more call, and then we're going to go to social media. We're already past. We're about a few minutes past when we should be going to. No, it's not okay. I said 6:30. We're going to social media. No, it's not okay. We got a very, very, very. I feel very anxious now because we're 4 minutes past where we should be taking calls.
And by it's the plan that you yourself put in place that you could then edit hypothetically however much you wanted, right?
That is very, very true, which is why I'm going to speak to Jennifer in Northport, Florida. Jennifer.
Hi, yes.
How are you?
I'm good. I have a question for my husband. He applied for his DACA, and they want more evidence. And the only evidence that they have is, people that know him. Will that be enough evidence?
What is he trying to prove?
That he was here when he was 14.
Didn't he go to school here?
Yes, he started school at 15.
Okay. So when did he come to the United States?
How old were you? He was 14.
Okay. What year was that?
2000.
Okay. So why can't he just go to the school and get the school records and show that?
Yeah, we have the school records, but they want, what do they want?
I started when I was 17, not 16.
Okay, Okay, so what? So this is the deal. For DACA, you got to prove that you were here in prior to 2007, that you were under 16 at the time, and and then you got to prove you graduated high school and that you haven't left the country since. Okay, so the school records will show that he was here prior to 2007. The school records will show he was here prior to his 16th birthday, and then you got to be able to prove you've been here ever since. That's probably what his issue is proving he was here when he was 19 and 20 and 21 and 22.
Yeah.
Did he ever go
They
to
were just asking for like more evidence.
Did he ever go to a doctor? Did he ever go to a dentist?
Yeah.
Did he ever get his teeth cleaned? Well, the dentist has a record that he got his teeth cleaned. Go get the dental records. The doctor has a record that he took his blood test or whatever. Go get those records. I mean, there's lots of records you can get. So what I would suggest you do is, yes, affidavits can fill in some of the blanks, but it's not. But you need more than just affidavits. And I would suggest, since they're giving such a difficult time on DACA cases, that you hold on and let us help you with that. Okay? So hold on.
Okay.
All right. All right, so with that said, I have Dolly in Queens. All right, so let's go to Dolly in Queens. Dolly.
Hello,
How
good
are you?
afternoon. I'm okay. I'm calling for a question. My sister and her husband, their daughter petitioned them to come to the U.S. So they had a son under the age of 21. And when they went to the immigration, they told her that she can, when she get to the States, she can petition him. So which she did. He wasn't 21 at the time. Now they're saying that his papers on Child Protection Act. I don't know what is that.
You don't know what the Child Status Protection Act is?
That they send it to review, but then they send a letter back saying that he is not eligible for the visa. He have to wait until I think it's 8 years or something like that.
Well, Child Status Protection Act, you get to, it's a mathematical formula. Okay, so the answer is I would need to see the approval of the I-130 when it was filed and when it got approved to determine whether he's still under Child Status Protection Act. It does protect some children to stay under 21 even if they turn 21. Now you're saying the government says no, sorry, he's over 21. He doesn't get the protection of the Child Status Protection Act. He now is in the F2B category and has to wait 8 more years. That's what the law says. Now, a lot of times the U.S. government is incorrect and they get the calculation wrong. Believe it or not, it happens a lot. So what I would suggest you do is, I can't calculate it until I see the actual approval notice, where I can see the dates, and I got to do literally take out a calculator. So because you got to do the difference between the dates, add it to the 21st birthday, look to see when the priority dates were current. It's a whole complicated thing. But if you may have a consultation, we'll double check it. So hold on one second, all right? All right. So with that being said. Who's
the next caller you're going to go to?
There is no more callers.
That was actually pretty good.
Because we are 10 minutes past due already.
Oh my God.
I'm very anxious. I'm very anxious.
You seem very stressed.
Extra, extra. Brad goes overtime.
He is never going to wear that hat again.
I'm actually going to wear it in different colors.
Every day.
Oh,
I'm going to actually buy more now.
He's going to tie-dye it for tomorrow.
That's amazing.
All right, so let's go. We have what's called our segment called Social Media Check-In, and this is where we will answer your immigration questions that you've left on our Facebook page at both Law Offices of Spar and Bernstein and on Brad Show Live. We also have a really fancy graphic that may happen or may not happen. Woo! Here it is!
Hey.
That's so good.
Social media check-in. There it is.
There it is.
And for everybody out there, please tell a friend to tell a friend that right now we're in our social media check-in. That means if you do leave your questions on our Facebook page, on Law Offices of Spar and Bernstein, or on Brad Show Live, we will be answering your questions right now. So let your friends know. Free immigration advice. What better thing that I can do for the world? Well, I could do some better things for the world. Free immigration advice and do something else. There's more I can do.
But you've been doing some.
This is pro bono every day.
I was going to say 2 hours every day pro bono.
Okay.
You've built playgrounds in Africa.
I've built playgrounds in Africa. It's still not enough.
That's not enough.
I think I want to. What can I do?
Oh man, this sounds like it might cost you money.
No, yeah, all right.
I think impeached.
Yes, I want to do that, and that's still not going to be enough.
Oh
okay. So pro bono 2 hours, free every day.
Check.
Playground in Africa.
Check.
get Trump impeached. We're working on it. We're working on it.
That's a big check.
Okay, we're working on it.
We're working on it.
Okay. Gold-plated chicken wings for everybody. Now I think if I get the gold-plated chicken wings, I think I've really done my due justice to the world.
And actually, the money that you would spend on me, you could just give it to me because I don't want to eat it.
You don't want the yes, and that would be like people who don't want the gold chicken wings would rather have the $1,000.
Oh, wait.
I could give them the option.
We can choose the cash.
You can choose the cash.
Only one person. The first person to ask for it.
You can choose the cash or the gold-plated chicken wings. I'll be left with a lot of gold-plated chicken wings and not much cash. Yes, I will be left with lots of gold-plated chicken wings.
Yeah.
Apparently, my ex-wife doesn't know I do a show, so she calls me in the middle. I can't talk to her. But sorry, ex-wife. But
only been doing it for like 20 years.
Only 20 years. How quickly she forgets. All right, so let's go to social media check-in.
All right, so we have Retta. Okay, so I have a question. I'm in removal proceedings. My I-360 just got approved. Should I educate I-485 in court or terminate the proceedings and educate with USCIS?
You don't educate anything. You adjust.
So it's
okay. All right. So you have to go back to court.
Real quick. Her lawyer is asking for $1,500 to terminate the proceedings.
Yeah.
So just wanted to tell you.
Okay. Well, lawyers entitled to get paid. I don't know what their agreement is. Okay. But yes, you terminate proceedings. You cannot adjust until the proceedings are terminated. So you must terminate the proceedings first. The answer is correct. Terminate, then adjust. Now, if you don't want to hire your lawyer to adjust your status after he terminates the proceedings, fine. But you have to terminate the proceedings first before you adjust. Other than that, your case is still with the immigration court, and the local immigration service has no jurisdiction until the case is terminated.
We have a question from Marcia who says, could you ask Brad this question for me, please? And yes, Marcia, I can. My husband did his citizenship on the 4th of April. He passed, but we haven't received anything in the mail for a sworn date.
Swearing-in date.
Swearing-in date.
April? May, June. Well, we're not even, it's only been 3-4 weeks. Give it 8 weeks, 10 weeks before you start freaking out. Then call me once you start freaking out, obviously. But you should be sworn in by the end of June.
Okay, we have Shumal Almani. All right, hi. Now I heard I-130 case finalized time differs from country to country. For example, if Pakistan has less applicants compared to other countries, applicants get their case finalized in 10 years as compared to 13 years for other countries. Petition I-130 F4 category.
Is that a statement he's making?
It's basically a question. Is that true?
There is something called the Visa Bulletin. Okay, so I don't make this stuff up. It's right there. Google Visa Bulletin. And you will see on the Visa Bulletin, they have 5 categories. One category is the entire world. Another category is China. Another category is India. You like how I say China?
I don't like it.
You don't like it. It reminds you of an orange guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Mexico and the Philippines. So if you are from China, India, Mexico, or the Philippines, you have a different waiting time. Otherwise, the rest of the world is waiting the same amount of time.
Grace says, I'm on 24 months probation until August of 2019 for identity theft. I have my MCH in September after ICE bound in removal proceedings. I hope you can decipher that.
Say this again.
Okay, so I have my MCH.
Master calendar hearing.
In September.
In September.
In September.
That's okay. That's the Libra month.
Is it really? Well
it is the Libra month.
After ICE bond in removal proceedings.
Okay, so you were in jail and you paid money to get out of jail.
Okay, so a lawyer filed my asylum. Do I get a work authorization when 180 days have elapsed? And is there any chance of a green card if I'm granted asylum? I'm in Illinois.
The answer is yes to both questions. So yes, 180 days after your asylum is filed, you're entitled to your work authorization. And number 2, if your asylum is granted, you are in asylum status for 1 year, and then you can adjust to get a green card.
All right, we have Queenie. Hi, so when someone gets an advance parole and work permit card, how often should they travel?
As much as they want, but don't stay out of the country for more than a few days or a week at a time.
Cheryl says, if someone signs out his rights, is it possible for them to come back here?
Signs out their rights. They gave up their green card. It's possible you can go in and say, hey, I had a green card. I didn't want to live here anymore. Can I get a visitor's visa? And most likely they'll give you a visitor's visa.
All right, so Diana has a question. Can anyone apply for PR in USA? Or is the prerequisite to applying for PR or a green card?
I think we spoke to Diana on the phone. She wanted to know what are all the requirements for the permanent residence. And I said, I used to have all these books behind me. I think it's the same person.
That's the her?
Same her. I told her she needs a consultation.
All right.
Punchy says...
Punchy Daily?
Punchy Daily,
yes.
Exactly. Or Punchy Dale.
Punchy,
I never
Punchy
know.
Daily.
That's just because you want it to have the same
it
sound.
sounds like, yes.
You're forcing that, Brad.
Exactly.
Punchy Daily says, what can I do if I couldn't find my husband to come with me on my second interview? And they then asked me to withdraw my 485 and said I need to get a lawyer. I was going through a lot of stress, so I had to come back home to Jamaica. My work permit was expired. I also got a Social Security card. I got a lawyer, and she said she's going to pull back my document from USCIS. How can I get help to go back to the U.S., and how long is that going to take?
Well, you've applied for your green card. Wow, look how close I got. What
You're
happened?
so close.
Back it up a little bit.
See all the pores of yours, Brad.
Back up. Yeah, there we go. All right. So, all of a sudden, it was like,
because it was jarring.
That was like uncomfortable close up there.
That was hilarious.
Yes.
I want to get like up your nostrils with that camera.
Can you imagine? Right. What was the, what was extreme? I was on like Wayne's World, extreme close up. So any event, the question is, what can you do? Well, you already applied for your green card, so you can't come back and say, I'd like to come on a visitor's visa, because you gave up that right because you've already shown an intent to get a green card. You said you were under a lot of stress. I don't know what the stress is, but the only way you're really going to come back through this marriage, I don't know what this lawyer is pulling, I guess requesting records, I don't know what the hell that's going to do, but the only thing that's going to get you to come back to the United States based on this marriage is perhaps you had extreme emotional abuse. You said you were under a lot of stress and had to leave. I don't know what the stress was about, but if we can prove extreme emotional abuse, you can file a VAWA application.
Nice. All right, Abduli. If you've been married for almost 3 years and you file for I-130, will you need to go for an interview, and are they giving you 2 years or 10 years?
You will go on an interview. You will get 10 years if you get approved.
Jackie Everblessed Harmer says, my love, Brad, how tall are you?
Whoa. Whoa.
So tall. So tall.
You're talking about standing up or laying down.
Oh, there it is. Oh, man, and now we're back to...
Love Connection, the Brad Show.
All right, you know how tall I am? Just tall enough.
I was just about to say tall enough.
Just tall enough. What else?
Is that going to be your question?
That was a real question.
All right. So
we still have time, don't we?
We do, but if you're asking me dumb questions like that, I'm moving on.
The people
I'm moving on if you're asking dumb questions like that.
I am but a mouthpiece for the people, Brad.
This is a serious show here.
I have questions.
All right, let's go. You have questions.
Slim Trini. Okay, so overstayed.
That's not true. Natalie McClain says I'm 5 feet tall. Yes, I am as tall as, I don't know, who's 5 feet tall?
You're not 5.
You're not 5 feet tall.
On a good day, I am.
On a great day.
On a great day, I'm 5 feet tall.
I think Yo-Yo was right. That's laying down.
Ooh,
is that what you said?
Listen. All right, back to the immigration questions. Yeah.
Jackie's thirsted in the comments, though.
Oh, that's fine.
Boy, everybody's telling me how short I am.
Oh, man.
You're going to get a lot of dates from Host Chat. No worries.
Nobody wants to go out with a 5-foot-tall guy. Damn.
It's all about the size of your brain.
It's the size of the brain that matters, right?
Okay, so Slim Trini.
Slim Trini.
I overstayed. I'm currently working and checked the I-9 form. Any possibilities of that person's daughter filing for the parents? She is 21.
All right, so basically, she misrepresented her status on an I-9 application to work legally in the United States, and if that's discovered, that's a misrepresentation. It's actually a crime. So she should not be making any more comments in the section and just have a consultation with me.
Iwagwu says, is it advisable to attach a medical report to your I-130 and your I-485, or go ahead and wait for the interview date?
I would suggest wait for the interview date, because sometimes the interviews happen more than a year after you file, and then your medical's no longer good.
All right, Ahmed Muhammad. Yes. Besides crimes, what else can make a green card holder deportable?
Besides crimes?
Yes.
Fraud in the application for the green card. Suspected drug dealer, suspected terrorist, communicable diseases.
Oh, communicable diseases.
Yes.
Even once you're a green card holder?
Well, you would be inadmissible.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, entering the United States.
What is that, like STDs?
No. No one's checking you for gonorrhea. Don't worry.
Although that one caller did wonder.
You can check me. I'm good.
No, like what are like different communicable?
Like Zika?
I don't
know. Communicable?
Okay, got you.
Right.
Gotcha.
Anything that could be protected by a face mask?
Right.
In some way,
but
shape,
it's going
or
to
form?
be generally it's fraud and crimes that make you deportable. Or the other big one is you left the United States and basically were living outside the United States for more than 6 months, and then all of a sudden you're no longer a permanent resident of the United States. That can make you deportable too at the airport. Removable.
We've got a question from Anastasia, who says, I have a question. I was told that children under 21 will become a citizen once a U.S. citizen files for them. Is that true?
Children under 21 will become a U.S. citizen once a U.S. citizen files for them? No, that's not true. You have to be an automatic citizen, you have to have a green card, be under the age of 18, and living in the physical and legal custody of the U.S. citizen parent. I believe, Kim, that you are aware of that answer.
In fact, I was aware of that.
You were aware of, if anything, because you've heard that answer many, many times.
1 fulfillion times.
1 fulfillion times.
But I cannot. I don't give legal advice at all. It is bad against the rules.
Correct. That you know, because we have an ad running on 1010 Wins for people to come watch our show. So we just changed the ad over. Kim has a job besides being here. She actually does, production and editing, and she actually has 2 jobs.
Wow.
So on part of the ad, we ran little snippets of the show. Say, hey, get your immigration questions answered, blah, blah, blah. Go watch Brad Show Live. So what are the things that say you have to be in the legal and physical custody of the U.S. citizen parent and be under the age of 18 to be a citizen? So Kim must have heard that yesterday when she was editing, because she kept sending me all the edits, and I telling her, no, go back and do it again. She must have listened to that. She came to me, she goes, if I hear that answer one more time, I'm going to vomit in my mouth. I can't listen to you anymore.
That's hilarious.
When I play it for people now, I mouth along to it. Like both 30 seconds and the 60-second ads, I know.
Okay, Kim. Watch out. All right, so I have one from Patricia Davia Davis. How long does it take to get a renewal of a work permit if the first one you got is almost expired and you file for a renewal while still waiting to hear if the application for the temporary green card is approved? I already did an interview in December of last year, but still haven't heard anything else from USCIS.
It should take you about 120 days to renew the work permit.
Anastasia, by the way, had a great. She said, "Oh wow, the lies they tell," because they said that the U.S. citizen, they would be a U.S. citizen if they were filed for. And one of the top bradisms
Who's they?
Exactly is the they.
Who is they?
Just don't listen to they.
Don't listen to they. Oh, that's one of our top bradisms.
Exactly.
We were trying to come up with them today.
Never listen to they.
Right.
We have a question from Dane, who says, Dane Williams, one of our ATL represent,
Right.
Dane Williams.
That's correct.
Dane says, USCIS received my I-130, my I-485, and my I-765 on March 7th. My biometric was done on the 11th of April. About how long to wait until I receive my work permit?
June.
All right, we have one from Dolly. If someone is going to college in the USA, can he or she get a green card?
By the act of going to college does not entitle you a green card. Now, maybe there's ways you can get a green card, but it's not the act of going to college. You would have to do something else.
So Tanya had this question yesterday. She rephrased it a little bit. Can an ITIN number be used to get on her spouse's job's health insurance? So she wants to join her husband on his health insurance. Could she use the ITIN number until she gets a social?
It depends on the insurance company. It's like private insurance company. There's no law that says they can or don't have to do it, but it depends on each insurance company, so try.
All right, so I'm gonna try this one, all right? So Shumel, what are the chances to get a visiting visa if I AV from filed I-130? Is it AV?
If I have filed.
It's half.
If I have, almost zero.
Oh, okay.
Because when you file the I-130, you're showing I want to get a green card. So you can't turn around now and say, well, I filed this thing, I want to get a green card, but you know what, I really just want to come visit. They don't believe you.
Maudlin says, hi, good afternoon, everyone. If someone was locked up in jail for 6 months, could they apply for citizenship? And if they apply, is it just going to get denied?
What were you locked up for?
I knew that
when
was
did
gonna
this
be
happen?
I knew it. I knew that was gonna be your question.
How would I know?
I knew that was gonna be your question.
Exactly.
I knew it.
Well, I was locked up. I was locked up for what?
Because if it was drugs,
and it depends what you found guilty. You know, what is the crime? When did it happen?
Is it a crime of moral turpitude?
Is it an aggravated felony? Maybe you're locked up and found innocent for all I know. Maybe this happened in 1981.
Get
details.
Right, you guys.
I feel pretty good.
Details. You feeling good? Because you like that. You knew that was coming.
I knew it. Like exact words.
Yes.
That's Jonathan's lawyer face.
Yeah. I would be a beast in court, by the way, if I was a lawyer. I'll tell you that, because my lawyer face is pretty on. What's your lawyer face?
Yeah, what's your best lawyer face?
You're looking at it. This is it. What do you mean, what's my lawyer face? I am a lawyer. This is my face.
You do have resting lawyer face. It's true.
You know what's very funny though? People tell me when I talk to them, they get scared.
Yeah, you're intimidating.
I really.
I'm saying if someone doesn't know you, so that's good in court.
But I don't realize that. I think I'm a nice guy.
I would not classify you. You're a teddy bear.
I'm a teddy bear.
You're a total teddy bear.
But people are very intimidated. All right. With that being said, you know Anna Banana.
Ooh,
yes.
We love us some Anna Banana.
Yes. All right. So she's our Miami field correspondent, and she's got a lot to say about Kayne West.
Oh, does she?
Oh, yeah, she does. In our new segment with Anna Banana, that just don't make sense. that just don't make sense.
I like that.
All right, and so let's see what she has to say. Doesn't make sense about Kayne.
Hey, friends from the Brad Show Live. I'm Anna Azcona. Can someone tell me what's going through Kayne West's head? A Trump supporter? I mean, we've always known since day one he supported Trump. But is this support sincere or is there something going on here? Because I don't buy it. Kayne now is risking losing a whole load of fans just to support Trump. So I'm pretty sure there's something going on over here within this little bromance they have going on. Let's talk about his new song, Ye versus the People. In his song, Kayne says, ever since Trump won, it proves that he can be president. Do you think Trump is preparing Kayne to be president in exchange for Kayne's support? Because I can actually see this happening. But let's hope that's not the case, because that would be a horrible mess. In his song, Kayne says, bruh, I've never stopped fighting for the people. What has Kayne done to fight for his people? Nothing. Ever since Trump has been in office, Kayne has just added more to the entertainment with his outrageous statements. They're both Twitter savages, and everything they tweet goes viral and gets a lot of attention. So, I mean, clearly they just love being in the spotlight. They're what we call Twitter whores. Attention whores. They're what we call attention whores. And Trump thanking Kayne in his speeches, I don't buy it, and neither should you. All he's trying to do is win over the African-American community, just like he tried to do with his Cinco de Mayo statement by Trump. That just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, do you believe this bromance is sincere? Leave your comments below. Peace out.
All right, peace. I agree with Anna. What the hell is Kanye doing? He wrote, let me just to add to this a little bit. He wrote, you don't have to agree with Trump, but the mob can't make me not love him. We are both dragon energy. He is my brother. I love everyone. I don't agree with everything anyone does. That's what makes us individuals, and we have the right to independent thought. Dragon energy, natural born leaders, very instinctive, great insight. And Kim Kardashian, not Kim, Belgium Kim.
No.
She tweeted, to the media trying to demonize my husband, let me just say this. Your commentary on Kanye being erratic and his tweets being disturbing is actually scary. So quick to label him as having mental health issues for just being himself when he has always been expressive is not fair. Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias, what do you got to say about all this?
So I've been a Kanye fan for many years. Definitely in his earlier years of rap and producing. I do know that after his mom passed, he just wasn't the same. So
maybe his mom kept him stable.
I think so.
Right.
I definitely think so. Right. But I'm not saying, I'm definitely not saying that what he's saying is true. With a lot of the comments that he's been making, like when he said at TMZ that slavery was, since it was for 400 years, it was a choice.
I'll read you what he said. He appeared on TMZ Live.
Yes.
And he decided to sport his Make America Great hat again.
Right.
And while he was explaining free thought, he said, when you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice.
Yes.
I don't know anybody who chose to be a slave.
Right. So, and this is the thing with Kanye.
Right.
We should have all known that this was going to end up happening. He did call himself God at one point.
Right.
He had a song that came out like that. So this is the thought process of Kanye. And the unfortunate thing is his delivery is very, very off, which is the same as Trump, which is probably why he relates to him so much. With what he really wanted to say, he didn't want to hurt, African Americans and their feelings and all that. What he was saying was that the slave mentality still exists today. So he doesn't want us to be stuck in that mentality. So that's basically what he should have said. But with him saying it was a choice, it wasn't, because there were slaves being lynched, arms getting cut off because they were trying to read. Like the Harriet Tubman, took thousands of slaves out of slavery. You know what I mean? So it wasn't a choice. And the thing is, when you're born into that, into that type of lifestyle, that's all you know. So it's not a choice unless you have that one or two person that will go out and actually, tell you, hey, we have a choice. We can get out. I mean, it's life-threatening, but we can. So it's just unfortunate because he has a platform, and such a huge platform, and so many young
and he's not using it properly.
He's not.
I will say this. I don't think the Kardashians are helping him in any way, shape, or form.
Right, of course.
He needs somebody who's stable. He needs somebody who is a calming influence on him. And maybe I've never met Kim Kardashian. I have no idea. Maybe she's a wonderful human being in private life. But to me, at least, she seems very, I think to most people, very shallow. And just about what the picture looks like and not about what deep thought is all about.
Yes.
And certainly is not a calming influence, because the whole idea behind the Kardashians is craziness, because that's what sells their show.
Yes.
And so he has to also feed into
He's
this
a part
craziness.
Of that. He's a part of that.
Be part of it. It makes you crazy.
He's a part of that. So it's unfortunate, and I don't think that she's, like you said, she's not the one to help him out with this.
Yeah.
It's all after he lost his mother,
Yeah,
so.
And I understood to your point, I understood what he was attempting to say in terms of people aren't being free thinkers, and the fact that he is being persecuted for his stance on something is exactly what he's trying to say, is that I can't say something without without backlash and without being said that my mental health is being called into question. However, exactly, like he is misusing the platform. I find it really, really reckless, and I find it really sad for somebody who really does have a brilliant creative mind.
Yeah, and by the way, let's contrast this with the two young guys from Starbucks in Philadelphia. Okay, here's two people who had no platform whatsoever. Okay, had something terrible happen to them in the Starbucks in Philadelphia. Should never have happened.
Right.
Okay, and what they did was they took a settlement from Starbucks, got for $1.
Yes.
They didn't try to profit from it, and they used their platform to make Starbucks, rightfully so, have retrain all of their employees on sensitivities when it comes to race and religion and everything else. So they
also I think it was $200,000.
$200,000 towards for young inner city youths for entrepreneurship, so that they could start their own businesses.
Yes.
That was far better what they did than anything Kanye has said so far with Make America Great.
Exactly.
Now, I had spoken with David Moreno, he's one of our fantastic criminal defense attorneys, about the two African Americans. They settled with the city for a symbolic $1 last Wednesday, and a promise from city officials for a $200,000 program for young entrepreneurs, and their arrest records being expunged.
Yeah.
So let's watch this. I'm joined here today with David Moreno, one of our fantastic trial attorneys here at Spar and Bernstein. David, how you doing?
Doing great, Brad. How are you?
Good, good, good. So we're going to be talking today about that whole Starbucks incident in Philadelphia on April 12th. Two African-American men, Rashawn Nelson, Dante Robinson, they were arrested for trespassing. Starbucks called them up, told them to leave. They didn't leave. Starbucks said, "What are you doing here? We're waiting for a friend." They said, "If you're not buying anything, get the hell out of my store." They didn't leave. The police came and they arrested the two men in the Starbucks for trespassing. It was absolutely an outrage. Protests ensued. It was obviously some sort of racial profiling. It was definitely a false arrest. In response, Starbucks CEO Kevin Johnson came to Philadelphia. He apologized to the two men personally and announced also that the Starbucks stores, every store in the United States of America, would close on the afternoon of May 29th, which is only about 2.5 weeks away from now. So nearly every Starbucks employee in the United States of America can get training in unconscious bias. Nelson and Robinson just reached a settlement with the city of Philadelphia, and David Moreno is here to break it all down for us. So David, do you want to add any more facts? Those are the facts as I understand it.
I think you recapped the facts pretty great. I will add some initial thoughts before we get into the knee deep into this. One of the signs we just showed, the graphic said, a little bit too little, too late, right? I don't want to point a finger at Starbucks. I do think the way the CEO handled the situation, realizing and acknowledging that there is a problem, that we should have this training. I think that most companies, around the country, because we are a multiracial nation, should have that kind of training. But I will give them credit for having it. Granted, it should have been done at the onset. It should be something that they do as an onboarding thing, as opposed to a reaction to when something happens. But what I will say, without getting into the law, because I know we're going to cover that in a minute, I love the settlement these two men reached. It shows class and character, and really shows the type of young men these guys are. They're not looking to line their pockets. They were victims of a tragedy, but they used their money to try to facilitate and help other young entrepreneurs.
Well, talk about this settlement. What happened?
Well, and I don't have the whole facts, but the way I understand is they got a monetary amount of $1, which is symbolic.
Right.
And
a $200,000 settlement to the Philadelphia school system to help for young entrepreneurs.
Which is amazing. And look, this is a racial thing, right? And this story, this discrimination, this stereotyping, this bias, this is systemic discrimination is age old. But I love the fact that they're giving money to the school system, and they didn't make it a race issue. Even though it was made a race issue to them, they didn't continue with that narrative. They're trying to help out all young entrepreneurs, and that's really admirable.
That's fantastic. I agree
Really
with you
fantastic.
100%. You know, and just for everybody out there, you know, right before we came on the air, David and I were talking, saying, you know, if this was a situation where nobody videotaped this, but this incident happened and they wanted to bring an action against the city of New York, or in this case, the city of Philadelphia and Starbucks, I was saying to David, what do you think the value of this case would be if it didn't have all of this publicity and just two young black men came and said, hey, I was just hanging out at the Starbucks and the police came and arrested me for no reason, and then they dropped the charges? And I said to David, maybe $20,000 at most, and David even said to me, I think you said $10,000, right?
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. The city doesn't place a high dollar amount on literally, no matter if it's a second, a minute, 24 hours, taking your freedom or your liberty away for even 1 second unjustly is way too long. And this issue hits home, especially for me. You know, I do still consider myself relatively young, but being a black man in America, I myself have been, you know, followed around stores. I've been handcuffed and accosted, you know, against my will when I wasn't doing anything wrong. You know, growing up in Long Island.
So this is a story that a lot of people watching the show have either experienced or their family member has experienced.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, for me,
it's not a story that my family experiences, but it's a story that your family experiences.
Yeah, my family, my friends, the community at large. I mean, stereotyping is huge. And if you look at the numbers, unfortunately, systemic discrimination by police departments against black and Latino males is at an all-time high.
So let's get into that. So the police arrested these men. They said they were trespassing. The staff there told the police the men asked to use the restroom, but they had not ordered anything, which violated now Starbucks policy. At least for this particular store, you can't use the bathroom unless you order something. They were asked to leave by the Starbucks employees. They refused to leave. It was very cold outside, I even think, down that particular day. It wasn't like they were going out into the warm weather. So do you think this was a legitimate reason to handcuff somebody? Is this what's considered trespassing?
No. Well, I'll back up on the definition of trespassing. But trespassing means to be anywhere where you are not unlawfully, remain anywhere where you're not given permission to be, right? So Starbucks, while it is a private establishment, it is a store. So technically, if they were there to purchase something, they would have inherent ability to be in the store. If they were there to conduct a business meeting and then an hour later buy something, there's an argument that could be made that they still were there lawfully. So the trespass is to enter and to remain somewhere unlawfully. At a certain point, when the store manager tells them to leave, or I don't want you here, and then says they're going to call the cops without giving them the proper opportunity to respond by saying, hey, we're buying something, or hey, we're waiting for a friend, I think that's where the case kind of turns a little bit.
How long were they in the Starbucks? Do you know?
I'm not aware.
A few minutes? Were they there for 3 hours?
My understanding is that they were there for at least 5 to 10 minutes, because there were other patrons that were there that were able to observe them. I think there were some patrons that even went on the record as saying that I've been in this particular Starbucks numerous times, and I myself haven't bought stuff, and I've gone there with my laptop to do work. I've gone there. Some woman said she goes there and eats other food sometimes, and they have never harassed them. So I think that literally goes to an inherent bias against African Americans. These two young men were obviously targeted because of the way they looked.
I think it was a bias, certainly by the manager.
Absolutely.
Certainly. Okay, and then the police handled it inappropriately.
So the police, when they arrive, they still have an opportunity to make this situation right.
Right.
They still have an opportunity to come in, to speak to the manager, to speak to these two young men. They have a duty to the public, right? They say, we see them all over the police cars in New York City to protect and serve. Their duty in that situation is to come into the situation, find out what's going on. Speak to the other patrons that are there saying, these guys aren't doing anything wrong. This is wrong. I believe there was one man on the video that was yelling at the cops, this is wrong, these guys didn't do anything. Speak to everyone before you start putting people in handcuffs, because that can have traumatic effects, long-lasting effects on someone. It's a public humiliation, it's a public embarrassment, and it's just not fair.
Are you surprised? I'm not terribly surprised that they wanted to make a statement, these two men. They're class guys.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, that they wanted to make a statement that this is not about money, this is about something much bigger, and they took a $200,000 settlement from the city of Philadelphia, giving it to young entrepreneurs. And they also got Starbucks to issue an apology and do a company-wide bias training. Where's the bias training? Shouldn't that $200,000 maybe have gone to bias training for the Philadelphia Police Department or better training for the Philadelphia Police Department?
Yeah, just the same way that Starbucks CEO took it upon himself to realize and diagnose, hey, you know, my company's operating with a flaw. Let me do something about it in retrospect. You know, the city of Philadelphia, their police chairman or commissioner could have did the same thing and said, you know what? This isn't working.
This is the CEO of Starbucks.
Yeah,
right.
You know, I'll clap my hands to him because
he did a good job.
He doesn't hire every individual employee at Starbucks, obviously, but in reaction, in response to what happened, he did a good job.
Right. I assume there was no memo by him saying when there's a black man in the Starbucks, kick him out.
Correct.
All right. So nobody from the top of the Starbucks company went and said, by the way, kick the black man out of the Starbucks. I don't think. Yeah.
But to answer your question, you suggested maybe that $200,000 should have went to, you know, bias training for the police department. That is a much larger issue, especially when you arm somebody with power that comes along with having a badge, and then the use of deadly force when you have a gun. It's not incumbent upon the two young men to fix a broken police system in the United States. You know, what they did is they want to, you know, help enlighten and strengthen and sharpen the minds of young entrepreneurs, and that's great. But I do think that there is a responsibility by the government to make sure that all police departments are properly trained. You know, in Philadelphia, in New York City, in every actual major city, and small suburbs for that matter.
I happen to agree with you 100%. Is racial profiling something you see in your own clients every day? And what do you tell your clients if they feel they're being racially profiled? What do you tell them to do?
So this advice sometimes is difficult for me to share because, and I'll share it with you, but when I'm speaking to my clients, you know, I always tell them to remain calm because you don't want to escalate the situation. And I feel like that's sort of unfair to tell them to do, right? Because they didn't do anything wrong. And anyone, myself, you'd be upset if someone blamed you for something you didn't do, or approached you aggressively, or ordered you down on the floor, or, you know, embarrassed you in front of your family. You know, I've had clients pulled out in front of their children.
And by the way, you're 100% right. And what I would tell somebody that is that you can never control what somebody is saying to you or what somebody is doing to you.
Absolutely.
The only thing you can control is your reaction to that person.
Of course.
That's not to say that what they're doing to you is fair, just, or right, or even nice.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever words you want to use. Okay, but you can't control what somebody's going to do, but you can control your reaction. And how you control your reaction will determine whether ultimately you are considered in the right or you are considered in the wrong. I'll give you a great analogy when it comes to that, David. Okay, we could be in an argument, and you can be talking to me in a very nice tone and be completely wrong. And I can now raise my voice and scream at you at the top of my lungs, how dare you say that when you're wrong and I'm right. As soon as I can't control my reaction back to you and I'm screaming and yelling at you, I become the bad guy, you become the good guy, even though originally what you were doing was wrong.
Of course.
So it's all about how you react will ultimately determine whether you're the good guy or the bad guy in that situation.
Yeah, and I totally get the perception part of it, but unfortunately we've seen that even in the news especially, there have been individuals in this country that have done everything to a T. I'm showing you my hands. I have a licensed weapon. It's on the seat or wherever it was in Minnesota. And in that situation, that young man still lost his life.
That's right.
So not to say if you do everything the right way that things are always going to work out for you, but you need to do the best you can to put yourself in the best situation.
The odds are that if you do the things the right way, they will work out.
Yeah,
you got to play the odds. You got to play the odds.
You have to play the odds. So what I advise them is to obviously don't do anything that might escalate the situation. I generally advise them to ask if walking or stopped in a car. I asked them to politely ask the police, may I ask you why I'm being stopped? And then after the police tell them, the next question, and you and I have gone through this ad nauseum, am I free to leave?
Right.
All right? If you're free to leave, you politely say, you know, you said I'm free to leave, and you walk away, okay? If they say, no, you're not free to leave, the next question should be, am I under arrest? If the cop says, yes, you are under arrest, sir, the next words out of your mouth should be,
I want to call David Moreno.
Exactly.
1-800-529-5465, which is what everybody should be saving the telephone number.
Yeah.
Last question before I let you go, because I know you got a lot of work ahead of you
I love
today.
hanging out with you, Brad.
Okay, then we'll hang out. We can hang out and talk about this for hours.
Yeah, for sure.
But somebody comes to you and they say, I believe I was arrested just because of the color of my skin or because of my religion. How do you prove racial profiling? Well, I mean, it's not enough just to say I'm black or I'm Latino or I'm Christian or I'm Jewish or I'm Muslim, and that's the reason why they arrested me.
Yeah, so in those situations, you'd have to look at the totality of the circumstances, right? And statistics play a role in it. You want to start, so say that person came to me and we're looking to make a civil rights, file a civil rights lawsuit under Section 1983 based on false arrest, right? And we're going to argue that this person was arrested falsely, and one of the reasons that he was arrested or she was arrested is because of the color of the skin, sexual orientation, whatever. We can look at, past arrests, past conduct, statistics, totality of the circumstances, what happened in this particular situation, what was the conduct, were there witnesses, is there a video? In this situation, it's very easy to prove racial profiling. If you look at the demographic at the store at the time, from what I saw, there were 2 young black men in the store, and the rest of the demographics of the Starbucks at the time was, mostly white Americans.
Was there any other white person not purchasing a product at that particular moment?
And,
we don't
and
know.
When I talk about past and totality of the circumstances, if you look at a statistical analysis, especially in this case where we have the unique, firsthand accounts of individuals who had been in the same store, did the same action, and were not arrested or were not put out, all of that is suggestive that in this situation, racial profiling played a key.
Right,
so,
because what was the difference between the 10 customers that came before them that were able to hang out and go to the bathroom, and this particular customer? There was no difference other than the color of their skin.
Yeah,
so there's lots of ways, I guess, to prove it.
Yeah, totally. So you just look at the totality of the circumstances. It's just not. It can't just be so black and white as, I just feel like it's racial profiling. There may very well be, but you have to look at everything.
David Moreno, thank you very much. Very informative, very, 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 very smart, good attorney. God forbid you're in one of these situations. God forbid you're arrested. God forbid you feel that you've been, your civil rights have been violated. Call this guy, 1-800-529-5465. David Moreno, fantastic job. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brad. Thanks for having me.
1-800-529-5465. It's the same number for Spar and Bernstein. David Moreno. Thanks. All right, so we're back here. We're going to be answering immigration questions to bring you to the end. I've got Silva in Somerville, Massachusetts, has been waiting a long time. Silva, how are you?
Doing very well, sir. Thank you.
What can I do to help you?
Quick question. Can receiving financial aid be an impediment or a hindrance when one intends to sponsor a parent or a sibling?
Financial aid for school?
Yes, sir.
No.
Okay,
right.
Awesome.
Okay. Let's go to Emma in Wayne, Michigan.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Yes, I'm good. I have a question because I have a brother who's staying here just for a visit. And I would like to know if he can stay here for good in the U.S.
So you're asking, has he get a green card?
Yes, to have a green card for him. If he only have a visit visa.
Well, we got to figure out how to get him a green card. I don't have the answer. That requires a consultation. There's no way I can figure out his life on a 30-second call. But hold on, and we'll be happy to have a consultation with you. And if there's a way, we will do it. So hold on 1 second, all right? Let's go to Elaine in Brooklyn, New York. Elaine.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Welcome back, though.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. I have a question. This is it. My son, he has a girlfriend, right? And he's planning to get married to her. He's a DACA recipient. And so the problem is the girl lives in Virginia, a different state, and he lives in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And also
They gotta live together. She's a citizen?
That's a must, right?
Right.
Yeah,
she's a citizen. Okay, now remember for marriages, it's 2 things. You gotta live together, and you have to have an economic relationship. How did your son get to the United States?
He came on a visitor's
Fine.
visa.
So they just got to live together. She's got to file for him. They have to have an economic relationship, be in a bona fide loving marriage. He'll get his green card.
And one final question. She both of them is 30, right? But she was married before, and she have a child for her husband.
Okay.
But she's now divorced.
Fine.
And and she filed for him. He didn't have a green card either. She filed for him. Would that be a problem?
No, not a problem at all. You're allowed to fall in love, fall out of love, and fall back in love again.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, 1-800-529-5465. Irvin in Los Angeles, California. Irvin. Ivan. I believe it's Ivan. Ivan in Los Angeles, California. How are you? Ivan?
Oh, I'm here.
How are you?
I'm doing good. I just have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm an expired student visa for, I've been out of status for 4 months right now, but I don't have a specific date with my student expiration date. Hello?
I'm listening to you. You got to move a little faster here. I was falling asleep listening to you. What is the question? You're here on a student visa, and you've been out of status for 4 months because you haven't gone to school, but you have duration of status on your I-94, so they never gave you a date to leave the United States of America. So your question is, how do you get a green card? What do you do?
My question is, I'm planning to go home, and I'm planning to apply for a work permit in Canada. And if, for example, I'm in Canada, is it going to be an issue, for example, if I just want to visit U.S.
Yes.
from there?
Yes. Just because you're in Canada doesn't you're from the Philippines?
Yeah.
Okay. Just because you're in Canada on a work visa doesn't entitle you to go enter the United States of America. So in order for you to enter the United States of America from Canada without any issue, you would need to be a landed permanent resident of Canada. So until you get your green card for Canada, you're not going to be able to come to the United States just because you're on a work permit in Canada. The fact that you overstayed on your visa will prevent you from getting another non-immigrant visa. So they're not going to give it to you. Now, you don't have a 10-year bar, so if you were to get a green card, for example, in Canada, landed permanent resident, you'd be able to come. Okay, but you got to get that first.
So if, for example, I'm going to be a permanent resident in Canada and I just want to visit U.S.
Then it's not a problem.
It's not a problem.
Not
okay,
a problem.
Thank you.
All right. Okay.
That makes sense.
You're welcome. All right, let's go to Sean in Baltimore, Maryland. Sean. Sean. Sean.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
You ready to go?
Yes, I am.
Good. What's going on?
Oh, sorry, I had the phone away.
No problem. What's going on?
Okay, so I wanted to ask a question. So I recently filed I-130 like 3 months ago, and I received a receipt number. I haven't heard nothing else. Should I still go ahead and file I-485? And
are you married to a citizen?
Yes.
Yes, you should have done that immediately. And you should so you file everything with a copy of the receipt notice from the I-130. That's what you should be doing.
Even though I haven't gotten nothing yet from that I-130?
Yes, because it's filed. So you file an I-485, the I-864, the I-765, the I-131, and a copy of the I-130 receipt notice.
So then how long do you think I will be getting my work permit after I file those?
About 4 months from the time you file if you do it right.
Okay, I got you.
Right.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Best of luck. Let's go to Lorraine in East Orange, New Jersey. Lorraine.
Hi, Mr. Brad. Good
Hello.
night.
Good night.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I have 2 adult kids in Jamaica, and I filed for them, and I get the letter about a year ago saying that it's approved. Yes, I'm a citizen.
So you want to know when they're coming? Okay. Are they single or married?
They're single, and they have kids.
Okay. How old are the kids?
The kids, one is 18, 16, 8.
Oh, wow.
No, you're talking the kids for the kids, them?
Yeah.
Oh, they're under 18.
Okay, fine. All right. And when did you, I know you told me you got it approved last year. When did you file for them?
I filed for, I think, 2015 to 16.
All right. So right now they're up to January 8th, 2012. So if you filed in 2015, you're approximately 3 years away.
Okay.
All right, hang in there. You're welcome.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right. So there we have it. Belgium Kim and Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias.
There we have it.
Yes. Before we say our goodbyes, okay, number one, we need to discuss comment of the day.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay. Or comments of the day.
It's one.
It's only one.
It's one. There's
really?
A good one. It's
There's a really good one because I
one.
saw you whispering with Jonathan. It's a very good team you have there. You huddle while I'm doing the last few minutes of the show. You guys, I hear you whispering, but I don't know what it is that you're whispering about. So now I would have thought, with all the Brad After Dark routine we did, that we would have had multiple ones. But you said there was one comment that is beyond all of the other comments.
Yeah.
Drum roll, please, Brittany.
It goes to Carrie Ann Wallace, who said, "Do you smell what The Rock is cooking or eating?" You didn't know that? I figured. Do you know what Dwayne The Rock Johnson's catchphrase was when he was a wrestler?
No.
Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
Well, hopefully you can't smell what he's eating. Hopefully there's proper hygiene. Hopefully if there's proper hygiene, you're not smelling it.
Proper pH balance, everything's okay.
All right, with that, we start with a bang and we end with a bang. All right, we'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAWLINK. 1-800-529-5465. What are you doing?